out there. I'm Michelle Marie Adams.
And I'm Diana Peck.
We are with the Crawford Lorenzo home selling team and Keller Williams Metropolitan. So today we're going to be talking about the selling overview, timeline, costs, just kind of what you can expect from the minute you decide to sell your home until you get to the closing table.
Correct.
So we're going to, yes, John? We're holding.
This is live.
The production manager
Anything
is having
can
us
happen.
hold.
Okay, good.
Do you have to do it over?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. And we are here in the Keller Williams Metropolitan home office
In Morristown, New Jersey.
Yes. So if we could go to our slide of basically important steps of selling a home. So all of these steps is basically what our 8-part series is going to be talking about. Today we're going to dive again deep into the timeline, cost, and the process of selling your home from the minute you start till the minute that you are at the closing table. So we're going to revisit some of these, but let's go ahead and show you the timeline itself. All right, so we've kind of broken, there's a lot of different moving pieces that work within each one of these sections on the timeline, but just to kind of give you just lumping them in general, and we're gonna go into detail on some of them and leave some others for later seminars. But
So keep tuned.
yeah,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So the first thing that we have is this listing contract. So I just want to touch on our last month's seminar, which was basically how do you find your agent? So we go through the agent selection process. You're going to find someone that is going to work for you. You're going to find someone that you connect with. You're going to find someone or a team or, an agency that is going to give you the best service, and it's going to make a very seamless transaction for you.
And you feel it's very important that you feel, the connection with your agent, that you feel that your agent is helping you and guiding you in the right way. Every person is different. So that's very important is selling a home is one of the most important things that you do in life. So finding the right person that you get along and that you feel that is knowledgeable and that helps you and guide you through the whole process is a very, very good, important thing to do.
And when you're selecting that agent, you're also kind of tossing around how much are we going to list our house for, because you always want to make sure that the price that you come up with to list your home is going to entice buyers to come, and then maybe even entice that price to go up a little bit more.
Correct.
So we're going to start off with, you've already selected the agent, so you've selected Dayan and myself, of course.
Good choice.
And the Crawford Lorenzo home selling team. Amazing choice. And so now we're ready to fill out all the listing paperwork. So
Correct.
Dana is not only an amazing agent, but she is also our listing associate. So she's going to walk us through what that looks like.
Yeah, well, I try to make it as easy and as fun as possible, okay? But yes, definitely there's several steps that we have to do before you put your house in the market. Like Michelle said, pricing your home to sell is a very important first step. You want to make sure you price it right, not too low, not too high. There's things that we're going to go through other seminars that we're going to explain to you why, but it's once you have your price set, which is the first step, then we start getting all the paperwork and filling all the contracts and all the legal stuff to say that. In your contract you're going to see in your contract, we're going to talk about the pricing and we're going to talk about the commission and importantly, the listing date. And I say importantly because depending on your listing date is when we're going to start preparing. Before you list, we need to prepare your house to make it, the nicest as we can to put it in the market. We have Michelle prepare here a nice, helpful timeline guide that will take you to the process because, it's a lot to handle once we go to your house and you hear all the things that we need to do. But these steps are like the basic steps that we follow through and then get us to the good closing and that closing table, right?
And basically, so the listing contract to kind of getting your home ready is about 0 to 14 days, right? So once you've decided to list your home, you've signed the paperwork, and now we're really going to get ready preparing the home before we can actually list it.
Correct. Ideally, that's at least we like those 2 weeks to do things, properly calmly, not in a rush. When I pick up, I need to pick up a nice day, or I love to pick up a nice day to do photos. Why? Because some of the properties need drone photos, and some properties, the landscaping with the sun, it depends on where it goes. So it's something that you really want to try to schedule ahead of time. Before the photos, however,
Very, very, very important before we even contact the photographer.
Exactly. We need to, I normally go to my clients, I normally go room by room, and normally I tell them what to do, okay, and what not to do. Some people overdo it. You don't need to. So I tell them, like, these we need, this is important, these we really don't need. So basically, when you're prepping your homes, there are several things that you need to take into consideration. One of the main things that I like to tell our clients is that time to clean up. Okay, so it's clean the surfaces, clean the cabinets, the clutter a little bit, the closets, thin out, because people want to see your closets, but they don't want to see a lot of things. They want to see things organized. You need to, people normally ask us, can we put things in the garage? Yes, definitely we can put some stuff in the garage. Actually, if you don't have any other storage place, the garage is the best thing to do. Yeah, because people will say, okay, how many cars is this house? 2-car garage. Okay, 2-car garage, that's it. What else? We in our list, we will give you a detailed list of things more into detail, like I said, but basically, in general, you want to try to replace your bulbs.
We call it repair, replace, or remove.
Correct.
Those are your 3 R's: repair, replace, remove.
Correct. And then set aside whatever you don't need. A lot of people get a lot of stuff on top of the kitchen counters. I always suggest, leave the ones that you kind of use, and the other ones remove it. You want a spacey kitchen. You want people to come and feel that it's clean and big and bright. That's our goal, at least.
Yeah.
So going through a list of things that we can help you to do before you prepare your house, it's important. Many times the colors, if you got more into detail, we can suggest lighter colors, neutral colors. Curb appeal is very important too. You need to trim your bushes, your trees, and put mulch. All this, the curb appeal is extremely important. It's like the first thing that as a buyer sees from your house. The first, really 1 minute that they see your house are the most impactful for any buyer. So
and you're, all the while we're doing this, we're getting it prepared for the pictures.
Correct.
So I believe it's a staggering, I don't have the exact percentage, but it's almost 99% of a home searches start online. Right?
Correct.
So your pictures are going to be your entryway. The pictures need to be stunning, beautiful, to be able to entice these buyers to come to your home.
Correct.
So now that you've got these gorgeous pictures, now they come to your home has to match those pictures. And so that's where we really step in. And a lot of times when we're meeting with sellers and they say, oh, I'm going to remodel the kitchen, I'm going to redo this. Don't wait for us to come. You might just need a fresh coat of paint. Sure. You might just need, sometimes there are, we've come across this before, pets. If you've had pets, you have carpet, you might need to replace a carpet. Yep. But all of this is going to help you sell the house. Would you rather spend $5,000 on some paint and a new carpet that's going to net you another $30,000? So we help you decide where you should put your money, if you even need to put any money into the house. Sometimes it's just cleaning up and tidying. So.
Yep. Correct. You're right.
Yeah.
So then Michelle, after that, we go through photos, and I personally go through all the sessions, and I do direct the photographer.
Yes, the photographer.
And then we do photos, and then we come with these nice brochures that we can put in our open houses. With a nice description. We have professional writers that do all our real estate descriptions. And very important, we have our floor plans in all our listings.
75% of the agents forget floor plans, by the way.
And then you have people and say, oh, is this too big? This is too small. Will my couch fits here? Yes, we have everything here. So all of this part of our marketing that Michelle's going to talk a little bit more about it. But what What?
Yeah. So again, we're just kind of going over the steps very briefly
Correct.
today.
Let's go.
Actually,
let's
next
follow
month, Deanna's going to be back with us, and she's going to dive in very, very deep
Detail,
into how
correct.
she has a checklist on how we can, the things that you need to do to take care of your home. So, we've listed we've had the listing paperwork. We've now come to your house. We've made it beautiful. We
told them the steps to follow. We took the photos. We do all the marketing with that.
Now we're doing all the marketing.
And we're ready to list.
And once the photos are done, it's pretty much like the final thing. Once the photos are done, it's about 5 to 7 days where we actually list your home.
Correct.
So here at Crawford Lorenzo Home Selling Team, we like to list a home on a Tuesday, leave it as a coming soon until the very first open house, which is a Saturday at 1 o'clock. So it builds excitement. It builds excitement. It builds curiosity for your home.
Nowadays, for example, there's a lot of buyers that come from New York. So they need to give them time. You need to get time. Not only that, the websites take some time to feed from the MLSs. We put our listings in normally in a couple MLSs, if necessary, a third one, but they need time to feed all the MLSs the right information, and then the agents to prepare. Oh, there's a coming soon. Oh, there's the open house. So it builds like excitement, like Michelle said, and make people help them to prepare to come to the open house. And we also, again, in regards to the marketing, so you want to build this excitement. You want to build a buzz and create this sense of I need to see this house, right? So we also do local marketing as well. Right. So we'll send out postcards to the neighborhood and announcing we've just listed this home. We'd love you to come, bring your neighbors. Do you know any family? Do you know any friends? Do you know anyone who's looking to move into the neighborhood? And so now all of your neighbors know that, even before they've seen the inside of the home, they might be thinking, oh, I'd love to have, cousin Bob move next to me. Yeah. So that's another point of marketing that we do. Also, sometimes we do additional, I'm sorry to interrupt, additional open houses for the neighbors.
Yes.
Just the neighbors. And that has been very successful for us.
Yeah.
Because you as a neighbor, you want your, the people that move next to you, kind of like if you have family or people that they're, you want that. So it's been very successful to do open houses just, before they open to the public. So.
And then we also have done in the past for, specialty homes, brokers open is what they're called, and where we would essentially invite agents in the area, New York, wherever, that have clients for that particular home. So we bring them, so they preview the house before they bring their clients. So those have also been very successful as well. And also to note, with a team approach like we have here, we have 10 agents plus another 3 back office support, where we basically, we work as a team. So it's not just Dayan and myself are your listing agents. It's you have myself, Diana, John, who's behind the scenes right over here, and then 9 other agents that are also working to sell your home. Correct. So, the marketing goes very deep. We do social media. We do YouTube, like we are today. And we do print as well, and video. So we've done videos. Deanna just had a listing where they did a video walkthrough. She gave a little bit of information about the house. So again, you really want to be able to just push all of this marketing out in a very short amount of time so that you can create this buzz and this anticipation for your house coming on the market. Correct. Then the open houses, that's where we shine. That's where we're ready. The pictures, we've got the house clean. Everything looks amazing. We've got the cookie candle going, so it smells like homemade cookies.
Correct.
And
we have 1 or 2 agents depending on the property. If we're expecting like a very busy open house, sometimes we send 2 agents. So we make sure that everybody that gets in gets the information and all the highlights of the house. That's very important.
Right. So, and now we do understand there are some of you out there who are just like, I do not want an open house. I don't even want to sign in the yard. 100% fine. We work very discreetly as well. We have a database of 10,000 individuals and another 10,000 in agents, where we can very specifically target the buyers that would be interested in your house. So if you want a discreet sale, we can absolutely do that as well. So we can do anything.
We're ready.
So once your house is on the market, again, we'll just go back to the model of the open house. We have the open house Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
1 to 4.
1 to
Normally.
4. Usually Saturdays are going to be a little less busy than a Sunday. Sunday's always traditionally been kind of the busy day for open houses. But weather's also dependent. If it's a gorgeous day, we might not have as many people through because they're at the beach or
Correct.
they're on their boats or, whatever they're doing.
So sometimes we mix it up with, we have done like Friday nights during like when it gets like right now that it doesn't get dark so early. We do some like evening open house on Friday night, and then we let the private showings for Saturday, and then we do the open house as regular as Sundays. That has been also working.
So we're very flexible, and again, whatever works with the agenda. So we've had the open house. Okay, we've had a really great day. Let's just say we had 20 potential buyers come through each day, so 40 potential people. Of those 40 people have come through. Maybe Monday we start getting questions about, well, when do the buyers want to move, or when do the sellers want to move? What's important to the seller? What's the time frame look like? So then we start getting in the offers, and that's when we start compiling all the information, and we present the offers to you one at a time, or if you want them all at the same time. But that can happen anywhere in this market. It's been happening from the first day. We've gotten offers on that first Saturday after the first showing. And sometimes we don't get offers for a week or two. But, so it depends on the weather. It depends on the timing. It depends on the buyers. It depends on the house. It depends on the price. Again, price, very important.
Price, location, they're very important, definitely. I mean, they're a key factor on the offers. And sometimes it's better to wait a little bit and make sure that the people that are putting the offers are qualified. Sometimes agents rush and put the offer right away, or put several offers in several properties. And so it's better to wait a little bit and make sure that, they're indeed qualified offers and buyers, and they're serious.
And the way that we do that is the offers come in, and we do all of that research for you. So an offer comes in, and we will first call the agent to confirm the offer. We've received it. We have a couple questions. We talk to the agent. We look up the agent. we look up the agent to see how many houses have they sold, how long have they been in the business. Do we know them? Do we not? So we do our research on the agents. Then we call the lenders. If there's a mortgage, if the buyers are presenting a mortgage instead of a cash financing, we would call the lender. And we have 22 questions that we ask them. Anything from what's their debt to income ratio, what's their credit score, how long have you worked in this industry, how well do you know these buyers, where do you know these buyers? So we get very granular. And then we also look up that lender to make sure that he or she is also qualified. And we do our research on that. And so when we're presenting to you the offers, we've already done all this homework. So we say, listen, here are the offers, based on what we know and the way that, we've had the conversations have went with the offers and the way the offers were presented. We feel like these 3 or these 2 or this one would be your best.
Yeah, we'll give the recommendation. At the end, you have the last word, and you're the one who's going to decide. But definitely, we give you a recommendation from our experience, which are the best options, and not necessarily the highest offer is the best offer. So that's something. Yeah, that's something that that you will have the value of working with an agent, experienced agent, to help you decide and to help you guide you through what is real and what is not so real, or what can be like an easy closing or a smooth transaction to, and what can be a very bumpy one. So
and sometimes those higher price, they have lots of bumps.
Sometimes
and our job is to get you to the closing table with the first offer. God forbid you have to go back to the second backup. They might not be there. The third backup, they might not be there. And then the last thing you really want to do is ever put your home back on the market. So for an agent and a team to really dive in and make sure that they have all that information for you, and we've done all of our research so that we are presenting to you all of the facts. That's one of the most important things, and that's part of the negotiation. Okay. And that's also, if there's 2 offers that come in side by side, they're both very, very similar.
It happens a lot.
It does. This one, we like the fact that they have an appraisal language. This one doesn't have appraisal language, but this one has a great price. Let's see if we can get these guys to, ante up. So again, we go into negotiations even before you go under contract or into attorney review. And again, that can take anywhere from, 0 days to 15, 20 in this market to kind of get those offers in.
Yeah. Depends again in the location and price.
Right.
High prices tend to stay a little longer than smaller prices.
Exactly. And if you ever have any questions about any of this, you can feel free to give us a call right here.
No, don't call her. Call me. Okay, finally.
I will read the number. It's 973-615-1567. John, our production manager, just told us to do that. Okay, so we found an offer.
Yay.
We're going to take it.
Yep.
Okay, so now we go into looping in some of our other partners. So now we're going to go into what's called attorney review. So when you're looking at a real estate transaction, it's not just you and the realtor. It's you, the realtor, the realtors together, right? The team, it's the attorney, it's the title company, it's the assistant, it's the back office, it's the inspection. You have a whole team touching every transaction. And I think, John, what's the stat on that? It's like
title.
300 people touch a
Roughly 300 people touch a
single transaction. So your house is a big deal to a lot of people. So we take it very seriously. So we like to work with partners that we vetted, that we know that that we trust. And we know that they're going to get it done.
Correct.
So when you go into attorney review, you want to make sure that you have an attorney who is a real estate attorney. Real estate, not a family friend. Not someone who kind of does real estate once in a while. You want someone who does real estate full time. Okay. And we have a list of great attorneys. So what attorney review is. So in New Jersey, we have it's called an offer contract. Okay. And that is a form that is basically, we just fill in the blanks, and that's your offer. That's what we would present to you. Once you select that offer contract goes to the attorneys. Now the buyer has an attorney, the seller has an attorney, and they basically go through this contract and they make sure that it is crystal clear information on everything that we'd agreed on. So let's just say that the buyer agreed to waive the appraisal. Okay. In attorney review, the buyer's attorney says, oh no, we're not waiving the appraisal, right? Seller's attorney comes back and says, actually, in your offer contract, you said that you are, so we're going to keep that in there. So, each attorney is fighting for their client, but being on the seller side right now, obviously this is a very nice seller's market, you have a lot more leverage, but you still have to make sure that you have a really amazing, competent attorney. What kind of attorney? Real estate attorney. So once all of that goes back and forth, now we're under contract. And under contract is where a lot happens. So I always like to think of under contract as an umbrella for the entire transaction, because under this umbrella, you have inspections, you have the appraisal, you're working through the title work, the buyers are working through their mortgage, getting their mortgage commitment, getting their finances together, putting deposits in. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into this process, and that process can take anywhere from about 30 to 60 days,
depending on what you offer me, depending on the closing that you chose.
Exactly. And also, is it financed? Is it FHA? Is it cash? Cash always tends to close a little bit faster because they don't have to come up with funding and there's no appraisal. So
normally it's that.
It's that, usually.
That's why they say cash is king.
Cash is king. So here's the process of what pretty much happens under attorney or under contract. Under contract. The very first
we're doing
thing,
another seminar for that, right?
We are. So we're just going to
we're just going to highlight that. Exactly.
The process would be traditionally, now these have been being done at the same time just because of appraisals and things, but traditionally it's inspections first within 14 days.
Nowadays it's 7.
Then you go on to the appraisal, which would be after the inspections, which would be done within 14 to 20 days. But now the mortgage commitments
within a week have
the mortgage commitments are really kind of saying 20 days, 30 days, we've got it. But traditionally, inspections, appraisal, the inspections are going to come back. They always find something. So there'll be something you'll negotiate with the buyer. Sometimes there won't be. I actually had a transaction where there was nothing. We're like, we're done. We're good.
Don't have that one.
Yeah, it was rare. So you'll go back and forth and you'll kind of negotiate that. Like, under contract, you're still negotiating things, Then the appraisal comes in. Either it appraises over, at, or under. And if it appraises at or over, we're good. No further conversations. If it appraises under and they waived appraisal, no more conversations. If it appraises under and they didn't waive appraisal, or they didn't waive all of the appraisal, that's when the attorneys get back together and they start conversation. They negotiate. Just because it's something under appraises doesn't mean the deal is dead. Right. Just because there's some major inspections that come up, it doesn't mean the deal is dead. That is why you need a team of trained professionals, experienced professionals who are going to make sure that we work it all out.
And it's good that she talks about the appraisal, because that takes us back to the beginning when you're pricing your home. It's very, very important that you price your home right. Because if you price your home right and you know that it's going to appraise, you don't have problems when a person comes with $100,000 over asking offer and you say, okay, I price my home to appraise. Where is you $100,000 extra that you're giving? Show me the proof of funds, you know.
Show me the money.
Exactly. So it's important that you appraise it correctly, not under appraise, because then the agents will not know how much to put, what can they do, how much is going to appraise. So that's a key point, I think, and one of the things that we are so good at it, and one of the things that we need to meet your house. Some people are like, tell me how much is my home, without us being inside the home. We're not Zillow realtor that they just say 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and this is this amount.
They don't know the condition.
Exactly. So we go inside and we know, and we see how the floors are, what is the condition of the kitchen, the bathroom, how old is the roof, how if it's septic, if it has air conditioning. So there's a lot of things that we have to take into account when we appraise a house. And when the appraisal, when this negotiation comes, the moment of this, then we know we price our house right. So that's a key, I think, in this process.
No, absolutely. You always want to price your home to sell and appraise. Okay, which actually go very much hand in hand.
Yep.
All right. So, and also while we're under contract, you're planning your move.
Yeah.
So we're
getting busy. Busier.
Getting busier. You're packing. So, you know, we can help you with your move as well. So it's not just us selling your home and you never see us again. We want to help you. It's the entire experience, right? So we want to make this entire thing seamless, from selling your home to getting you into your new one, wherever that is.
Exactly. We have movers, we have organizers, we have all sorts of people. We have a VIP program that we offer to our clients that have all our trusted vendors that, you know, we have from plumbers, from electricians, from, like I say, movers, roofers. We have all these people that we trust that, you know, and if you are our client now, you are part of this amazing club, to say, club. And then you can take advantage of that. So.
Absolutely. And if you're moving out of state, we have a network of referral agents. They're vetted referral agents that we know are top agents in their area. So wherever you're moving, I actually just got one for a very remote town in Florida that I did find an amazing agent for. So, you know, we do have that network as well. So we would be basically helping you find someone in that state, whatever city within that state that you were looking to move.
Yep. Correct. So then what's next? Red hair? So we're bringing these people to happiness. To their next home.
Exactly. So now we're getting to closing day.
Exactly, closing day. So we're going to give you. We always give a list of the things that, you know, like the paperwork that you should like kindly give to the buyer, like all the utilities that you know you have to take care of, all this stuff to be closing all the accounts and all that. It's something that we can guide you through. It's nothing too hard. And then we do the walkthrough that normally the buyer's agent go with the new buyer and check the property before they close, right?
Yeah. And basically what that means is that from the day that they had their inspection to the day that you move out and they have their final inspection, the house is going to be in similar or better condition.
Correct.
So that means you can't throw a
so
wild
it's not
party.
That you, wait, I sold the house, let me start getting all the fixtures and the lamps and all. No. I had a client that moved a mirror, and that was a big deal.
Oh yeah,
and in a bathroom mirror. So
yeah, someone took a chandelier, and
so you can't do that.
You can disclose it and then take the chandelier, absolutely, but you can't just take the chandelier and not disclose it.
Exactly.
And we can get into more. Yeah,
we can put it as an exclusion. Hey, these and that and that. That's everything is that in the listing. So if you want to take, there's people that don't. In New Jersey, washer, dryer, and refrigerator are considered personal property. So they don't necessarily stay with the house. If you want to take your washer and dryer, you can say, I'm excluding the washer and dryer and the refrigerator. It's not a common thing, but you can do it too.
Yeah, exactly. And very common are going to be like mirrors, decorative items, chandeliers. Anyway, we're kind of going down a rabbit hole. But,
No,
but yeah,
whatever
you
is
can include what you
attached
want.
to the wall, you have to disclose if you want to take it. But you can do it.
But you can't take the wall.
Some people put
You could
walls.
try.
Oh, there's something that we didn't talk about during this process that the buyer's going to fill out something called Oprah request. So in the Oprah request, before you get your CO to be able to close, the town is going to tell you if you had any open permits. Let's say you did a job, a bathroom or an electrical job, and you didn't close a permit. It's going to come in that Oprah. And you need to close all your permits and whatever you have open with the town to be able to get your CO and to able to close your home. Some towns have a CO, sometimes towns have a just a fire inspection.
Smoke
So, but
detector.
for sure, 100% in every town, you need the smoke detectors and the fire extinguisher in the kitchen.
And the Oprah, actually, going back, we actually do this during our listing contract paperwork. So because if there is something that poses a problem, then we catch it before we list the home. For instance, I have a home, beautiful home. It's not listed yet. It will be. Keep you posted. But they had their basement done illegally. And so we had to go through the process of getting all the permits with the town, getting our hands slapped, paying a fine, but we got the
Not
permits.
illegally, they didn't know, Michelle.
They didn't know.
They
They didn't know.
needed it.
But we found that out in the listing process, and I said, listen, instead of listing your home right now and then running into this problem and causing all these red flags, let's just take a beat and let's do it in a couple months. So we're almost there now. But that's also part of our due diligence as well. Like, it's just going to be, we want to make it, again, as seamless as possible for you and make it a great transaction for the buyers as well. So everybody feels very comfortable in this. So any red flags that could potentially come up, we address all of that during the listing paperwork. So I think we'll close it out with just kind of some estimate on how much it's going to cost to sell your home. So at the end of the day, the buyers have signed the paperwork. You've signed the paperwork. You get a check or you get a wire transfer over to your account. It's going to be for the sum of the house minus all of your expenses. So it's going to basically be, and again, these are just kind of rough estimates. Don't hold us to any of this. Your attorney fees are going to be anywhere between about $1,500 to $2,000. The commissions for the brokers will be anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000. Then you have your transfer tax, and that's going to vary. It's going to vary between town. It's going to vary, so we don't really want to give a number, but it's probably in that 1% right? And then if the sale is over $1 million, you have what we lovingly refer to as the millionaire's tax, which is another 1% on the sale. That's why you see a lot of houses that sell for 0.99, just to keep it under the million. And then if you're moving out of state, there's also another tax. It's basically a exit tax. So,
you will never forget New Jersey.
No, but also during the under contract phase, that's also where you're going to talk with your accountant or your CPA, and you're going to find out what your tax ramifications are going to be, because if this is your, what about capital gains? That's another thing that you're going to have to talk to them about as well, because you really want to roll everyone into this transaction. Yep. That's all I have. What do you have? And then you would move into your brand new beautiful home.
Correct. We'd probably find it for you too.
Yes. What's that, John? Oh, looking ahead.
Oh, looking ahead. Okay. Yeah, our director is giving us instructions.
He's going to pop his head in and say hi for a second too.
Yes.
So looking ahead, as I said, this is an 8-part series. So our next one is on May 28th, and it's going to be preparing your home for sale. And we're going to have the lovely Dayan Peck back again to go.
Bring you some tricks.
Yes, she is she's our listing associate, our interior decorator, our photographer, videographer, and she keeps all of us on track.
Yep.
So
and happy.
and happy. Yes. So please mark your calendar for that, starting at 5:30,
May 28th.
May 28th. And that's it. Here's again our contact information. We've got our team phone at 973-615-1567. Deanna's number is
973-452-2336.
and my number is 714-914-3219. Yes,
you.
it's a
Thank you
California
for joining
number.
us.
Thank you so much. And John, come take a bow.
Yay!
Come
John.
After
on.
you tell everyone to like, comment, subscribe.
Like,
Oh yeah, that's important.
comment.
And subscribe.
Woo! Come on in here, John, and say hi.
Oh, sure. 1 second. Let me.
Take us a picture. This is so fun when it's like relax,
I
right?
don't have a microphone, but if you need any help with real estate, just give us a quick phone call. At the phone call is what he tried to say on the Crawford Lorenzo home selling team.
We're taking our picture.
We're still live on YouTube. I hope you know this.
Yes, life is good.
Yes.
So 973-615-1567. Give us a phone call. We're right here in Morristown, New Jersey. Keller Williams Metropolitan, 44 Whippany Road in Morristown.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'd love to be your agents.
Christine, you have to look at our YouTube video and like us.